Well, look, first and foremost, Harry, thank you very much indeed for sparing your time today. Really do appreciate you talking to us about your experience with the Martec so far. Naturally, we've been working with the Harwoods group for a little period of time now, and you've experienced some training recently over the last few months. Tell us a little bit about your experiences so far.
So my experiences have been with Stuart over the last couple of months. They've been really useful and really helpful to me in my role. I've taken away a lot of information, not just from the trainers, but from other delegates who have been on the course as well, because obviously, naturally, most of us are all confined to other individuals that we have in our team. So it's been really useful to get and share information from other dealers, other brands as well. So it's been really, really useful, and I've definitely implemented some of the training that I've learned on the more recent courses with call handling and things on the emails as well. So they've been really, really useful in my day-to-day job.
So just thinking about the training there for a second, you've been on a couple of modules. I think your first module would have been creating memorable experiences, where that was all around the vision and values of Harwoods as a group and the behaviours of us as individuals when we're communicating with customers. Are there any particular things within that training that you remember that were quite significant?
Not as such, but there was just general, again, with being on training courses with people who have had, kind of 5 minutes in the group or just in general in the sales team, because training one was very much a collection of people from after sales, showroom hosts. So we had and parts as well. So we had a wide range of people who joined together. And again, even with Stuart training us as well, kind of covering full basis, it's just interesting, just taking all that knowledge in, just joining together, just to talk about it in general, because again, we've all got different views on the way we all teach and run things. And yeah, that was kind of the first module for me, was kind of really taking a lot of information from everyone, because again, you don't speak to other people day to day. You're just so used to everyone who you're around. So it's nice to kind of share other ways and meanings around of it. And then obviously the more recent module 3, was more tailored for the sales department as well. So that was really helpful. Because especially for me, most of my inquiries come through RTC, rapid response, and because that is the first point of contact from the customer to me, you've got to make sure that email or phone call, whatever, is in a way powerful enough to make them want the car even more, or to make, not in a weird way, but make them fall in love with you. Because that's what you're trying to do. For a McLaren dealership, there's 9 dealerships in the UK. A lot of the dealerships to some extent may have the same colour, same car to some extent, but the one thing to a lot of people nowadays that is going to stand out is how the dealer or the individual looks after you. And that first point of contact in most cases is the response email. And you've got to you basically got to hit it out of the park and smash it straight away, because if you don't, that's that could be the kind of tipping point.
In terms of Martec, the delivery style, and the messages, the learning messages, that kind of thing, how did you find that sort of impact, your way of doing things? Did you enjoy the training in terms of the delivery style, the messages, and what did it feel like for you after you came out of the training?
I think training, any type of training, no matter what it is, whether it's kind of anti-bribery training or keeping an eye out for cyber attacks, any training nowadays is so difficult, because it requires me or anyone in it as an individual to focus for an hour or 6 hours, whatever. But the one thing I found, especially with Stuart, who's done the past couple of courses, is that although it very much is a training, you're there to learn, it's been really interesting in terms of really engaging, and you can kind of almost go off subject a little bit, but then bring it back around and link it to, and that's what for me as an individual is I found interesting or helpful, because training nowadays is sometimes so difficult, because you're trying to take all this knowledge into 6 hours, 8 hours, what have you, trying to remember it all. But for me personally, doing things physically as such, or doing so more recently, the exercise we did where We sent Stuart an email at the start of the morning, and then a couple of hours later, we then said, right, okay, and I want you to reconstruct that email with more information that from the first email. And again, even in that 2 hours, straight off the bat, it had more meat on the bones. It was just a completely different thing. So yeah, really, really good and really engaging. So yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Well, look, we do appreciate you giving us your feedback. It's great to hear how things are going for you, and long may your journey continue.